been a long event. We've been working on it. We're very pleased to finally bring it to fruition. I'd like to welcome Mrs. Kiner and her family. Mr. and Mrs. Kiner have been long proponents and visionaries of the library and have volunteered for over 20 years. When Mr. Kiner passed away, we received some monies, and we wanted to do something special that would incorporate what the Kiners were about and also reflect upon the community that we live in. East Pennsboro is a railroad town, and we knew that Mr. Kiner retired from the railroad and that he was a railroad hobbyist. So we went down that path. I proposed the idea to Bonnie. She said, go ahead with it. I then went to the county commissioners and asked them for approval. I talked to Bob Gill, John Petropoli, the commissioners, and everyone said move forward. So we did. It was a lucky day when I walked into Woody's train shop. He gave me a lot of ideas and provided inspiration. I then met Larry Harrington at Bachman, and he always took my emails. It was a long time. I kept after it, and Larry was very gracious, and they did donate us a train set and the tracks from the engine to the goose.
It's wonderful.
So we are very happy to have that. The township, this is truly a partnership between the township, the Kiners, thank you, the Kiners, Bachman, Frederickson, the Friends of East Pennsboro, everybody, the Historical Society. We reached out to the community and they responded. And we're very grateful and we're very proud to be able to move this heritage of this community onward. And our patrons will surely be the benefactors. I would like to now introduce Mr. Eichelberger. I understand he will be leaving shortly on another engagement, so I'd like you to say a few words.
Thank you very much. I'm Gary Eichelberger, and I'm representing the board. We have a three-member board, and of course the county is responsible for much of the oversight and operation with the library system. So I'm very pleased to be here on behalf of my board. I do apologize, I will have to leave. We have a public meeting of our board out in West Pennsboro Township, and I still haven't figured out why West Pennsboro Township is so far from East Pennsboro Township. I'm told there's a historical reason that the old borders, but anyhow, I am going to have to go, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity on behalf of the board to just express our thanks to you, Mrs. Kiner, and posthumously to your husband as well, for the good work you've done here. Our libraries are so important to our communities, and I understand that part of what you did was helping the reading skills of the children. And I would imagine there's a few of those children are in this room today, not quite so small anymore. But reading is very important to the development of children. We can learn a lot, but first we have to learn to read. And God bless you for your support of the community and all these kids who went on to bigger and better things, of course. But Marianne mentioned about the community as well and the heritage of the community, and libraries are one of those things that hold our communities together and make them special. And so this is a great opportunity to reinvigorate this facility, which is a great facility, and remind the public how valuable it is while providing that service to children and adults and seniors. So it's a great opportunity for us to honor what you've done. I want to thank you and express our grand appreciation for all that was done and our pride in this facility as well. So I want to express thanks to the board, and we do have a small certificate of recognition. I'd like to present it to you. I don't know, do we want to, should I just give it to you over here? I don't want to move over here. And this is our courthouse in Carlisle, and this is you and your husband's name. And it's just a certificate thanking you for all that you've done. So I'd like to present that to you if I could. wish I could stay for the rest of the evening. I do have to go.
We
I'm sure
thank
there's going to be more honors coming.
We'll save you a piece of cake.
I appreciate it. And thank you
you.
all. I do have to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I also want to recognize the commissioners that are here this evening. Amy Gish, John Kunzelman, George Tyson. Thank you for coming. It was because of your efforts that we were able to do this. We live in your building. We love living here, and we are very supportive of you, and we look forward to continued partnership. Thank you very much. At this time, I'd like to announce or introduce Bonnie Goebel. She's my boss. She's the president or the director of Cleve Frederickson Library. And
Thanks, Marianne. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. My name is Bonnie Goebel, and I'm the director at the Frederickson Library, and so by default here at the East Pennsboro Branch Library. But the person who really runs things is Marianne Haft. She's our branch manager. In 2010, the East Pennsboro Branch Library celebrated its 25th anniversary. I was so excited to be invited to the celebration, but I want to tell you that the nicest part of the entire day was being able to meet Mrs. Thelma Kiner and her family. We have a lot of pictures of that meeting and their stories, and it was really spectacular for me. Bob, her husband, had passed away earlier that year. Although I never knew him, I feel as if he continues to bless this branch with which he was so lovingly involved. Not only was Mr. Kiner everyone's favorite library volunteer, with folks planning their visits to this branch on the night that he and Thelma would be serving, but Mr. Kiner's love for and experience with railroads permeates the entire theme of this branch. The library received many donations in memory of Mr. Kiner. Our branch manager, Marianne Haft, the branch staff, and the Frederickson staff started to think about the best way to honor this remarkable man. And the ideas didn't come to us right away. We really thought about them, and especially Marianne. Gradually, in Marianne's thoughts, the idea of a Kiner Corner Railroad took shape. Mrs. Haft began slowly gathering model railroad folks and eliciting ideas. The township offered its services in the way of painting and construction and a lot of the heavy lifting, so thanks for that. The Friends of the East Pennsboro Library, who are hosting this beautiful reception, provided funds and support. Everyone came together. That's the big theme. And the results are spectacular. Thanks to everyone who had the vision for this wonderful memorial to a man who loved libraries and who loved trains. There were so many folks that wanted to donate of their time and their services freely to this project that we had remaining money left. So with that, we purchased a big screen TV for the first time ever here at the branch. This will enable us to show movies here and also to tune into current events such as presidential inaugurations and other informational programming. We've never been able to do that before, so thank you again for that. I'd also like to mention some of the folks by name who are responsible for this great effort. I'd like to thank my bosses, the library board from Frederickson, who are here, and I hope I can see you all. Linda Farr, Catherine Ressler, Marianne Laporte, Janice Bolton, who I see you're back there, Jim Ramsey was here, our former assistant director, Joy Hampshire, is back there in the back row, and I apologize if I've missed any of
Diane Myers.
Oh, Diane. Okay, Diane's here. Thanks, Diane. There you are. I see you. Thank you. They're very, very supportive of everything we do at the branch and obviously everything at Frederickson, so thank you to them. Also, Woody Dyer of Woody's Train Shop. Woody, can you raise your hand? Hello. Larry Harrington. Great. Nice to meet you, Larry. Keith Laverty, is that right? From Township, I believe. Ron Signoli, Mike Myers, the Historical Society of East Pennsboro, and of course John Pietropoli, who's hiding around the corner. I I also want to thank the enthusiasm of Alicia Stein, who is on our board and has also been our representative to East Pennsboro for a long time. There's no one more enthusiastic than Alicia Stein about this branch. So maybe you could give her a round of applause. And finally, a special thank you to the Kiner family. Without your generous activity here so many years ago, we wouldn't have this train, the branch wouldn't be as vibrant as it is. I was told by Debbie Loophole, the president of the Friends of the East Pennsboro branch, that on Kiner night, paper airplanes used to fly through the air. Now, I don't know if that's proper library behavior, but that was something. But that was something your husband was responsible for. And that's an image I'll carry in my heart for a long time. I just love that idea. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you, Bonnie. Now we move forward in our program to the East Pennsboro Township. We have had a very, very good partnership with the township. They put up with kids going down through the first floor into the commissioner's office every summer reading with, you know, as quiet as you try to make them, they still make a lot of noise, and they're conducting business downstairs. But they put up with it, and we're very appreciative of it. I also would want to mention Bob Gill. He's been very, very instrumental in the growth and development and a long advocate of this library. Thank you, Bob. And I want to also thank John Peter Pauley, although he calls me crazy lady, but we have a good relationship. So I'd like to, I'd like to echo her comments about Ron Scrignoli, Keith Lavery, Mike Myers, Skip Myers, and Rick Brubaker, who really put the heart and soul into the library by building the custom platform and the custom bridges. It was truly a labor of love, and it's something that reflects directly upon this neighborhood. So, John, you're up.
I'll be real quick. I think I can speak for the entire staff as well as the commissioners that we are proud of our relationship with the library, which started way back with Alicia years ago and has continued on to the Friends of East Pennsboro and the crew that's here now. And it was a joy. I believe our crews that were up here really enjoyed that time, and I think they'll put numerous hours into their train sets at home here in the upcoming years. We appreciate meeting the Kiners, and it's great to see everybody out. And it was a challenge at times with our friend, but it was enjoyable. We enjoyed it. We want to get a little break before the next project starts because I'm already sure she's thinking. So 6 months would be great, but we'll do it again.
Well, I think it's time we move on to our ribbon cutting and official dedication. I don't know how many of us can fit in there, but we're going to do it. We're going to move on over into the other room, officially cut it, and it'll be forever after be called.